Hi, good evening, everyone. Here, the third episode of our Gyan Pravah series. Those Fogsians who are watching us, they know every day, 8 p.m., we join you. I have 30 committee chairpersons, and everyone has given one date, and they will be live on that particular day every month. But whenever 31st is coming, probably it will be the president, Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar, will be with you. Topic close to my heart is always spirituality. You all know this year, spirituality in medicine, the Arogya Yoga Yatra, a very important project I have rolled out. We have just launched it in Tirupati on 20th of January. And I want you to remain updated by visiting Fogsi websites from time to time. You have received my Fogsi calendars, which also mention many of my activities. Now, without further delay, let's start the episode or the podcast with Mr. Rohit Aurora. Rohit Aurora, I know, is a person of a heart. He brings spirituality into his practice. I'm not saying he's just the spiritual guru. He is a founder and CEO of the organization called Transganization. His company, he's very well read. He's IIT Mumbai, ISB Hyderabad, and he also has done his some management course, Rohit, from Kellogg School of Management, Chicago. Rohit, I know for his spirituality, I know my daughter-in-law Lekha, who is with him for, I think, more than 1 decade. And on every Sunday, everyone logs in. And I said, what are you doing? So Rohit comes live on every Sunday morning and he conducts the spiritual program. Now, why this is important? Because he has a huge knowledge about Bhagavad Gita and it is his passion. Those who have attended AICOG or those who have seen on the Facebook, because it was Facebook Live for the first time in the country in AICOG, we did musical spiritual program, Shunyam, and that was with Rohit Aurora. He also helps you to develop the businesses. By now, he has helped more than 10,000 business owners. I remember 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, probably I was going through the election process and Rohit was brought in once by Lekha. And then I said, Rohit, improve my business as well. He said, not like that. He has given me so much work to do. Why I have come in this profession? What is my purpose of a life? What is my intention in doing every day? There were 100 plus questions. Of course, it was not possible for me to write down everything, but Rohit was very strict with his principal. Dr. Sunita, you may be very close to us at heart. But if you wish to be associated with Rohit Aurora, then you need to answer all that. And Rohit, probably after my Fogsi presidency, I'll sit and do this program. Today, thank you so much, Rohit, for taking out your valuable time when you are growing with the 10,000 businesses and so many other things you are writing. I have written 2 books also. They are the bestsellers on Transganization and Journey of Azad. These are the books he has written. When you sit with Rohit and you just have a casual dialogue, you understand the depth of each words with it and the way he takes. I always ask him, do you do any preparation? Rohit says, no. It just comes. It just comes. So today also, probably we have not done any rehearsal and it will just come to Rohit and we will start asking you. Now, I'll just make 5 to 6 questions, Rohit, here for all my friends, mainly the doctor friends here. See, what happens, for me, I believe in spirituality. I think you should be lucky to get the guru. You cannot search the guru. Guru searches you and guru finds you. And guru ensures that you automatically fall on the path. And I believe my journey, though hard work is important, luck is important, honesty is important, surgical skills, the knowledge, all is important. But you have the blessings. You have the spirituality. You take your God with you while doing your day-to-day procedures, surgeries, actions, anything. And that helps me to get the success. And today, during my Fogsi presidential year, I want to pass on this message to every Fogsians over there. You may be very successful, but just try to see if you have not already doing the spiritual practices, inviting the God every day morning to do your work. You will find the miraculous differences. So, I want to ask you, do you also think that spirituality will help the healing? It may help to improve your doctor-patient relationship. Because I'm spiritual, do you think my patient falls in love with me more or nothing like that?
Okay. So thank you very much, Sunita ma'am, for inviting me over here. It is an honor, really an honor to be here with you. And thank you everyone for the gift of your divine time that you're spending here to hear this beautiful conversation. But before I answer that question, I would want to first clear the meaning of spirituality for everybody.
I was going to ask that, but I thought it is $100 or $1,000, $1 million question and may not be possible. You will say, Kya Sunita? So I did not ask what is spirituality. Let's start.
Spirituality is the most, because it's something that people have not understood. And that's why they think I am not spiritual because rather my family members sometimes they see I do work, but I'm not spiritual. You may be. But what do you mean by spirituality? Okay, I'll give you a very simple definition of spirituality. It won't take much time. And that's how I personally live. And it becomes very easy for me to see life. So there are two ways of seeing spirituality. The first way is if you are living your life with unconditional love and selfless work. Two important things, unconditional love and selfless work. You're already on the path of spirituality. Second, how do I know whether I'm following this or not? You will know you're following this if when you close your eyes, you see peace within. And when you open your eyes, you have an attitude, what can I do for you? If you see majority people in the world live exactly the opposite way. When they close their eyes, they see chaos within. Everything is chaotic. This meeting, this place, this has to be done. This is not happening. My debt, my EMI, 1,000 things are going on. And when they open their eyes, there's only one thing, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
The moment that happens, that you shift the focus from outside to inside, you become spiritual right at that moment. Why now? Because the moment you say I'm spiritual, I am right now living with my life with love. And love and spirituality are one and the same thing. There is no difference. You're actually made up of biologically, yes, by cells and by X, Y, Z things, and you know better, and all of you know much better. But the essence of life is love. The primary essence of life is love. And if you cannot live your life with unconditional love, you will not be able to do selfless work also.
Yeah.
And if you read both these phrases, I said unconditional love and selfless work. Unconditional love and selfless work does not have I in it. Unconditional means nothing for me. Selfless means nothing for me. The moment I gets removed from the equation of your life, you become spiritual. You don't need to do puja. Your
Yeah,
work automatically becomes puja.
very true. Very true. So this is beautiful, yeah. So Rohit, in my day-to-day practice, I always tell my colleagues or anyone, think that the patient sitting in front of you is either your mother, your aunt, your sister, something. It means indirectly, I'm saying that you love, spread the love for them. And when you will do that, you automatically, for every family member, we die for them. So this is beautifully. So there are many friends of mine who says, "Oh, I'm not spiritual."
Ah,
So it is so wrong. They probably are working very well. They are spreading the love. They are doing the selfless work. But unfortunately, they don't understand spirituality. Spirituality is not sitting in the mandir and doing 24 by 7 puja. Spirituality is bringing this love into your practice.
correct.
And then, Rohit, definitely it will show on your face when you have peace within and you have happiness and love all the time in mind. It will be shown in your on your face.
Absolutely right.
So, what is that aura? People says there is an aura. So, what is that aura now?
Okay, now what is the biggest smile of a face? The biggest smile of a face is that smile which is present even when everything around you is falling. I would want to give an example of Lord Krishna over here. Let's take that simple life. It's not Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna was as human as both of us are here. People can say he was a blessed being, but look at his life. He was born in a jail. He was made to leave his actual mother on the day he was born. He reached by walking through the big Yamuna in the thunderstorm. Look at the way we handle babies when they're born, and look at the way he was handled. And he went to another mother with whom he spent all his initial days. And then when he was about to settle there with Radha and gopis and everybody, he was made to leave that also.
And go to Dwarka.
Go to Dwarka. And it's said that when he left that place, left Braj and went to Dwarka, he left his Bansuri also there. That was the last time he actually played Bansuri. While he was there, every day one Asur was coming and wanting to kill him. He went to Dwarka. He was getting settled there. Then he had to go to Hastinapur. He was getting settled there. Then, and look at the final life of his day of his life. He's almost the only person who was responsible for establishing dharma after Mahabharata was Krishna. He was the hero. He had no title, but he was the leader without a title.
So do you think Krishna was born to write, to have a Bhagavad Gita, to come into the world or a universe?
Well, everybody is born for a purpose. So it's not just he is born for it. Everyone is born for a purpose. While what is happening to you is not in your hand. आपकी परिस्थिति आपके साथ में हो या ना हो, वो आपके हाथ में ही नहीं है. आपके साथ हो या ना, वो आपके हाथ में नहीं है. लेकिन उनका रिएक्शन आपके हाथ में है.
So you mean though it was very difficult life Krishna lived, he always had a smile.
And that is the aura. So smile is the biggest aura. You don't need a light glowing there behind your thing. The smile is the biggest aura. Can you smile all the time? You will bring aura in the life. See, if you have to if you have to tell, go Rose, go bring fragrance for me. It doesn't have to do action to bring fragrance for you. Being present itself is fragrance. So if your smile is your aura, fragrance for Rose is Rose's aura. Everybody has their own aura. Human beings have been gifted with smile. And if you can smile unconditionally, if you can smile selflessly, you will become the most divine individual on that place. People would want to be with you. They would want to spend time with you. So a good person or a bad person is not defined by the actions that he does. It is defined by the kind of aura he creates around himself. and it has got healing powers. It is got
Ah.
powers.
So now, can you tell me? I was going to ask this little later, probably. So we understood with you the love. We have to have 24/7 immense love within.
Correct.
Automatically, the peace and the smile will come on your face, which probably will create your own aura. Now, you just use the word that will cause healing also. So how do you say that?
Love is the most healing force in the world. Nothing goes deeper than that. I have experienced this personally. Very close person to me, he was going through so-called quote unquote depression, a very typical word for Gen Z today. Everybody's in depression. Now, typically he'll go to a counselor, then we'll go to a psychiatrist, and then those people will, first thing they will give you pills. We have this. Now, I just requested him that you spend time with me first. I'm not going to give you anything. And I will only give you one thing. I'll give you unconditional love. And let's see what happens. Now, because I was important for him in his life, I was important, he surrendered. His depression got over just because of my presence. Love healed him completely. He didn't need any pill. He didn't need anything. Love healed him completely. Now, it might go against the science. I don't know how, but you can cure a person, mental diseases, physical diseases, majority of it with love. I'm not saying you don't need medicine.
Mental, I understand. He was depressed, he was lonely. By your presence, by your love, by your tender love care, what we talk about, he felt the confidence. He felt, I can be loved. That is biggest thing, that someone is in love with me or someone cares for me. That has. How do you think this will help physically also for physical diseases?
Okay. Now I will ask you to, if anybody has not done, do this experiment. Okay. You have trees in your garden. Choose 2 trees, mark them. One with a green tick, other with a red tick, or whatever. You mark these 2 trees. On one tree, you go and praise that tree every day. You have brought in so much love for me. You have brought in so much excitement for me. I am so much in love. Just do that. Don't do anything else. Go to the other tree and keep abusing that tree. You go there and do that. And see the health of these 2 trees after 1 year.
Okay.
So one with, and it's physical. It is not mental. It is physical. So now we'll reverse the process. We will reverse the process. What we will say is, you get patients who come to you with physical diseases, right? There are physical problems, physical issues. I'm not saying you just have to do, you don't have to apply your medical science. When you apply the same medical science with positivity and love, with unconditionality and love, when you suppose you're healing and you're not thinking, when you're curing and you're not thinking, what will I get at the end of it? That curing becomes healing. When you're curing and thinking, what am I getting out of this? That curing becomes a transaction. Healing is a process where you bring in unconditionality in your action. And curing, pure transaction, is a process where you're bringing conditionality in your action. So action is same. One will become healing, other will become simple transaction.
So beautifully you put up, Rohit. Now, see what happens, majority, those who are close with me, they know that every day morning before we start our surgeries, everyone in the operation theater, they pray 60 seconds of silence. So they can pray, there are care lights, they pray to Christ, I pray to my Gagangiri Maharaj. So everyone has someone with the Lakshmi and someone with Vishnu and Ganpati and all. Now, do you feel that how we can, your patient, right? They will have different religion. So sometimes when I talk about only my Gagangiri Maharaj, they may be suppose a Muslim or Mohammedan who believes in Allah for that. So how do we combat with their thought process, their beliefs and our beliefs? Many a time we have a diverse religious people with us.
I never said religion is spirituality. Love is spirituality, and love has no religion. Okay, I've done this activity in my sessions usually. Do you know Christ was not Christian?
No.
Right? Christ was not Christian.
Okay.
Christian took birth
years
after Christ died. Buddha was not Buddhist. They were messengers. They were the people of God. They were the people who believed in selfless actions. They believed in unconditional love. They were, if you see Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's actual discourses, his primary mool mantra says what? Ek Omkar, Satna, Karta Purak. Now, this might be written in Punjabi, but if you translate, it says, there is only one, Satnam, he is the only truth, Karta Purak, there is no gender of his. Is there any difference?
I agree.
What language you speak in, it doesn't matter.
No, what I meant was, patient has a diverse beliefs, diverse values, right? I may be bringing my spirituality into my practice. Now, spirituality means my love, my passion, my happiness, my giving something. See, I believe that why I don't party, simple thing. I believe that this life, God has given me such a good surgical skill, talent, a right position to serve the patients.
Yeah.
You understand? That I don't want to have single wasteful hour in my life. I bet 24/7 immerse myself into the survey. That is what I believe. Now, I do understand. See, you know what? हमारे medical में हम बात करते हैं, Rohit, that if you don't have enough complication in your life while operating or anything, managing the patient, you have not operated enough.
Okay.
In 34 years, at Ruby Hall, I'm doing this endoscopy. I have started it, and touch wood, you ask anyone, probably constantly the highest operating surgeon, but I don't have post-operative complications to my doorstep. And I believe that this is because I surrender completely.
Because you're not.
I surrender to my power. It's a huge power. You are perfect. I'm not perfect. You start the things.
Yes.
Also, in a reverse way, sometimes, the patient comes, that this is very complicated case. She's 43 years, bad uterus. You can't give her a pregnancy. Okay? Patient comes and says, I have a faith on you and I'm doing the work. You try to explain, probably because you don't want her to be hurt at the end. Yeah. Just don't have a faith, because ultimately, if you give a failure, her faith is broken. Yeah. She came with the hope, and I'm not giving what she wanted. So I try and counsel them. And I will like to take one example, Rohit, and that has helped me, that if the patient has faith, anything can happen. This is 15, 17 years ago. A Nigerian patient, very obese, multiple fibroids. I did the surgery. Her uterus was bad, adenomyotic, like 5 months pregnant. She was ready for an egg donation program because she was 40 plus. We created the embryos, but somewhere I was feeling this uterus is not going to accept. Now, instead of giving her a pelluor, I gave her certain injection, which we give a medical line of treatment. It works for 3 months, 6 months. And to shrink the size of the uterus, whatever it will shrink, it is not going to help. But I thought at least I'll send her back to her country. And I gave her 2 doses of that, which will work for 6 months. Patient never contacted me back. And after 1.5 years, she arrived. And when she came, she said, here I am now, perfectly fine, and came. I said, oh my God, what is happening with your uterus? She said, after going, I read. And you gave me 2 doses. I visited my gynecologist. I took 2 more doses. I said, you are not supposed to take, your bones will become brittle. She said, nothing happened. We were managing. And I'm here because I have a faith you will give me a success. Rohit, I had 5 embryos. First time in my life, मैंने 5 embryos use किए होंगे. Her uterus was beyond my catheters. We put it embryos by catheter. I could reach only opening of the uterus beyond the cervix at the internal os we call it. And जैसे बॉल फेंकते हैं ना आपको गेम खेलते हुए, वैसे मैंने जस्ट अंदर पुश कर दिए सब एम्ब्रियोस, लेट देम रोल इन एंड व्हाटएवर. Rohit, I was feeling कि how will I show her face? I try to convince her कि the embryos are not acted upon by gravity. You can fly down today. If you stay back, you will be stuck with me. She said, I have so much faith. I came with 1 year visa and my 9 months of pregnancy with you. And then I'm going with the baby. I just said, God help me. You won't believe she became pregnant. Only 1 embryo. 1 baby, and I gave her. What she taught me is, it is not Dr. Sunita who worked. It is her faith of the patient. That faith, whatever she's putting in the universe, she was getting back. So, how do we explain to the patient? तब से ना सब कोई भी patient आता है ना, I said, listen, I don't know about me, but keep a faith on the system.
Yeah.
And probably the faith will work. So can you explain this more, how the faith will work?
Okay. I'll give you a definition of faith. So you'll understand why faith, people don't understand faith again. Faith is nothing but belief in the whole being. Faith is nothing but nothing ever happens wrong to me. That is faith. Everything that is happening to me or has happened to me or will happen to me will be good only. I am not able to see right now maybe, but if it has happened to me and if I'm sitting with you and if I'm here, I have not made it happen. It has happened and therefore it is good because it is divine's whole plan to bring me here. In my life, I could have never imagined meeting you. I met you and we met. Now we both are talking. Now we both are talking on the topic which we think is the most important topic for the world to understand. Faith is belief in present. Present is the only thing that exists. Past doesn't exist, future doesn't exist. It is only in the minds. When you say, I am whole present right now, and this is what breaks faith? Just think about it. What breaks faith is, what if something goes wrong? That breaks faith, that you're thinking of the future. What breaks faith? Statistics. These many things never worked. It might not work for me. Past. When you have these questions in your head, you have actually broken faith on the present.
Rohit, this is such an important rate. Let us absorb what you said. Live in present. Past doesn't exist because it is in your mind. And correct. Future doesn't exist. That is also in your mind. So live in a present. This is such an important message.
If you are in present as whole, complete, full, not living an inch outside, you can never be unhappy because what has been given to you is correct and good and absolutely fine. So Who is unhappy in the present? Nobody. Because at that moment, things are settled for him. At that moment, he has to believe that if I'm sitting in front of Dr. Sunita, there has to be faith in not her, there has to be faith in the plan of the universe, that she is there in front of me, I am there in front of her. Let me give my full to her without any doubt. Let her give full to me without any doubt, and everything will fall into place. Faith is being whole in the present. If you are incomplete in the present, you can never have faith.
It's very important. Many a time we are sitting, physically I'm here, but mind is somewhere else.
Yeah. Not many times, all the time.
All the time. Fine. So now, can you just tell me, for my doctors over there, medical professionals, what advice you will feel? Many a times, after maybe, I don't know why, but they might have been feeling the disconnected from the practice. They don't wish to now anymore. What is the same routine we are doing, getting up, going for surgeries, seeing the patient, coming back. This is a life ka chakkar. You may feel disconnected. You may feel unhappy. So do you think spirituality or bringing this happiness, bringing this love, how do we now get? It's not only in medical practice, in everyone's life. The time will come sometimes. The day may come sometimes. You feel low. बस हो गया यार, ये दिन भर करती रहती हूँ. So how do I change that mental attitude?
Now, you cannot change that mental attitude. Because I cannot tell you start loving. How can you start loving? What do you mean by start loving?
It should come from within.
Love happens. Prayer also happens. Prayer can't be done. If a prayer has to be done, that is not a prayer. That is just a show that you're creating. Prayer happens. It happens from inside. It flows from inside. So the primary reason of disconnection lies in the fact that why am I working? See, when you are born, the only thing that is gifted to you is work. Only thing that is gifted to you is work. There's nothing else given to you. From the time you are born till the time you will die, the only thing that will be constant will be work. Now, if you're not doing work also, that is also work. Not doing work is also work. You're doing something. You can't be sitting. You'll be fidgeting something, but you will be working. So Lord Krishna said, and it's written in Vedanta very beautifully, he said, all problems of your life can be solved only by working. It's the one single statement for the whole psychiatrist world and the psychoanalyst world, that if you have to heal a person, just ask him to work. He will start getting healing automatically, because that's why he's born. He's born to work. Now, based on the evolution of the person, the reason you work changes. Some people work for money only. Now, when you will work only for money, then you will keep on doing transaction in your life. You will say, I will work if I get money. I will do more work only if I get money. These are the people who will feel upset कि क्या सुबह उठता हूं, तो पैसे तो क्या गए ना, अब पैसे की जरूरत ही नहीं है, तो मैं काम क्यों कर रहा हूं? When the why of your life is earn money, you will feel disconnected from your work, guaranteed. Because how much money is required for happiness? There is a Harvard Business School study which says happiness and money is directly proportional only up to $30,000. After $30,000, it has an inverse relationship. So work is done for money is something which will always give you unhappiness. Now, some people work because they love to work. That is second category. They love to work. But these are the people who will continuously crave for challenges. Okay, क्या रोज रोज सेम पेशेंट देखने को मन नहीं करता, तुम देख लो, मेरे को कुछ चैलेंजिंग दो, तो चैलेंज ढूंढने बैठेंगे. अब चैलेंज कितना चैलेंज, how much challenge will you get? There is so many people looking. See, you have got a gift. Believe that gift. But when person shifts his focus from money to challenges to the third category, where the game shifts. And that's where love happens, prayer happens, happiness happens, smile happens, healing happens. That is the point where the narrative of life changes. In the first two phases, the narrative of life is this skill, this gift is given to me so that I can earn money, my family can earn money. I love doing it, so I will enjoy doing it. So it's only feeding ahankar. In the third phase, the narrative of life changes. It says, this skill is not given to me. This skill is given through me for the benefit of the world. The moment the narrative of life changes from to me to through me, automatically happiness comes.
Absolutely.
Purpose reveals. Now, the moment you have moved away from the equation, you are actually serving the divine, even without knowing it. Because now you are an instrument of divine. Now you are an instrument of divine. He is working through you and he keeps searching. कोई तो मेरे को दे दो, सब अपने लिए काम करेंगे तो मेरे लिए कौन करेगा? तो जब वो लोग मिलते हैं जो उनके लिए काम करते हैं तो ऑटोमेटिकली फिर मनी इज अ बाय प्रोडक्ट, स्टेटस इज अ बाय प्रोडक्ट, दे डोंट इवन नीड दैट, इट कीप्स कमिंग एंड brand becomes a byproduct. People know you as a byproduct. This man behind me, Swami Vivekanand, look at him, 38 years of age, he was no more. He completed the purpose of his existence by then. So the only advice to everybody around, प्यार का opposite व्यापार होता है. प्यार का opposite hatred नहीं होती है. प्यार का ऑपोजिट व्यापार होता है. अगर या प्यार करते हो या फिर व्यापार करते हो, आप ये नहीं बोल सकते मैं प्यार भी करता हूं व्यापार भी करता हूं, वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. आप जब प्यार करते हो तो व्यापार नहीं होता उस रिलेशनशिप में. अगर आप भगवान से भी प्यार करते हो तो आप उनसे ट्रेडिंग नहीं करते ना, कि आप मेरा ये करो तो मैं वहां आऊंगा शिरडी, आप ये करो तो मैं जाऊंगा तिरुपति, गोल गोल घूमते घूमते. आप ये स्कीम्स लेके नहीं जाते उनके पास. आप उनके पास जाते हो कि मैं को तो आप ही चाहिए. देयर इज अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल स्टोरी. नाउ इफ वी हैव टाइम आई विल टेल यू द स्टोरी. इट विल कम.
Please, we will.
So we all know Tansen. You know Tansen. Tansen was the biggest musician ever lived in the century for us. He was the personal musician for Akbar. Now Akbar one day thought, तानसेन को भी तो किसी ने सिखाया होगा ना. तो वो मन में इच्छा है कि वो कौन है जिसे तानसेन को सिखाया है. तो उसको रात को नींद नहीं आई. नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग उठते हैं, तानसेन को बोलते हैं, तानसेन एक क्वेश्चन पूछना है. यू आर बेस्ट, आई मीन देयर इज नो कंपैरिजन बिटवीन व्हाट यू डू. अमेजिंग. आई मीन व्हेन आई सी यू, instruments play when you sing. They don't have to wait for a musician to come. That is the kind of power you have. बट एक बात बता, तेरे को सिखाया किसने? तो उन्होंने बोला कि वो मेरे गुरुजी हैं, उन्होंने सिखाया. कहते वो तुझसे अच्छे हैं? कहते अच्छे? मैं उनके पांव के नाखून के बराबर भी नहीं हूं. कहते अभी तुमने को बहुत एंक्शियस कर दिया, मुझे तो मिलना ही पड़ेगा. कहते लेकिन वो मिलते नहीं है. मिलते नहीं है मतलब? मिलते ही नहीं है. तो कहीं तो होंगे, मैं वहां चले जाता हूं. कहते वो भी पता नहीं कहाँ होंगे. अरे कहीं तो होंगे, ढूंढो तो सही, मेरे को मिलना ही है. अच्छा मैं पैसे देता हूँ. कहते पैसे के लिए थोड़ी वो काम करते हैं. तो कहते अच्छा. तो एक दिन तानसेन आया उनके पास आफ्टर दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन कि मेरे को पता चला है यमुना के तट पे कुटिया बना के वो आजकल वहां बैठे हुए हैं, कल पता नहीं. मिलना है तो आज चलना पड़ेगा रात में. तो अकबर ने कहा 100% चल. कहते रुक जा, ये सब ना, ये गहने मैंने उतारो, नॉर्मल कपड़े पहनो, अपने को जाना है. तो चल पड़े. नाव ली, नाव क्रॉस करी. कुटिया थी वहां पे. जैसे ही यमुना क्रॉस किया कुटिया थी, और कुटिया में हल्की सी लाइट जल रही थी. और उन्होंने कहा चलो चलते. कहते नहीं नहीं नहीं, अगर पता चल गया हम आए हैं ना तो वो म्यूजिक बजाएंगे नहीं. आप यहां बैठो, वेट करो कब म्यूजिक बजेगा. तो ये तो क्या मतलब हुआ? तो वेट करो, जब वो म्यूजिक बजेगा तभी हमको सुनाई देगा. और बजेगा कि नहीं बजेगा वो गारंटी नहीं है, ये है यहाँ पर, इतना पता चल गया मुझे। तो देखिए अब वेटिंग, रात में म्यूजिक स्टार्ट हुआ, और
Okay.
म्यूजिक जो स्टार्ट हुआ, अकबर की आंखों से आंसू रुक नहीं रहे। He's trying his best. It's not stopping. Ultimately, he fell completely in a state of trance. Morning happened, he didn't come to know. Tansen went away, he was there only. He came back and he said, what I experienced yesterday, I could not experience ever in my life. Why can't you play like this? He said, क्योंकि मैं आपके लिए बजाता हूं और वो उनके लिए बजाते हैं। तो जिस समय we think that we are the instrument of divine, we live in our present so full. If there somebody will ask you where will you be tomorrow, they will not know. Is it tomorrow will come tomorrow, will decide tomorrow. But does that mean we don't plan? We plan, but will it be fulfilled? That is not in your hand. The problem is we plan for things and we get stuck to the result कि अब तो वो आना ही चाहिए। दुख हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन में, प्रॉब्लम्स हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस में है, वो सब कुछ खत्म हुआ तो ऑटोमेटिकली आप प्रेजेंट में फुल्ली प्यार में आ जाते हो। तो इफ यू रियली वांट टू सर्व द, really want to be happy, forget serve, happy, you will have to consider you are the madhyam, you are the medium, you are the one with through which divine operates. So अगर आपके सामने कोई आया है पेशेंट, अब वो टेररिस्ट भी है ना, आपको जज करने का अधिकार नहीं है। आप उसको ऑपरेट करोगे। वही टेररिस्ट जो अभी बाहर 15 लोगों को मार के आया है, आपके पास पहुंचा, आपके पास जज करने का अधिकार ही नहीं है, आपको उसको ट्रीट करना ही है। क्यों? क्योंकि अगर डिवाइन ने उसको आपके ही सामने भेजा है तो आपको डिवाइन की बात माननी है। आप कौन होते हो जज करने वाले? उसके बाद वो आपको ही मार दे ठीक होने के बाद, वो भी आपके हाथ में नहीं है।
Yeah, that was also divine who has decided.
Decision. So therefore, living like this is happiness. Living with this conversation, with this thought with yourself is happiness. Then do you need friends? He is your friend. I will get friends automatically if they have to come, and he will only come in their forms and come to meet me. So it is not वो जो तू का तू है ना, you remember that poetry which I did in Shunyam?
Yeah.
That इनका भेद बता मेरे अवधू, कबीर जी ने लिखा था इसी के लिए कि आप दुखी क्यों होते हो, क्योंकि आप जजमेंट में जीते हो। इनका भेद बता मेरे अवधू, अच्छी करनी कर ले तू, डाली भेद जगत के माही, जहां देखा वहां तू का तू, हर जगह तू ही है। हाथी के संग हाथी बन जाए, आप हाथी हो, आप ही माहौत हो, आप ही सब कुछ हो। चोरों के संग चोरी करता, बदमाशों में भेड़ो तू, चोरों के संग चोरी करता, बदमाशों में भेड़ो तू, चोरी करके तू भग जावे, पकड़न वाला तू का तू। तो इट इज सिंपली सेइंग दैट डॉक्टर यानी मैं भी वही हूं, पेशेंट भी वही है, मेरे साथ में जो नर्स खड़ी है वो भी वही है सब तरफ। जब ये थॉट है तो सब तो डिवाइन ही है। अभी मैं और तू का कॉन्वर्सेशन खत्म हो गया ना, तो फिर मेरे को प्रेजेंट में जीऊंगा तो जो काम होगा वो मैं करूंगा, वही हैप्पीनेस है, और कुछ हैप्पीनेस ही नहीं।
Thank you. Rohit, I was going to ask you, what is the simple spiritual practice you will advise to my doctor friends over there or listener? But I don't have to ask this question because you have answered it. You have answered. सब में तू ही है. And have immense love, happiness, live in the moment. This is so important. And now I will say it's the patient who has come in front of me. Don't treat her like your mother or sister. Treat it that God has come to take a treatment with you. And he is the one who is going to treat that.
Yes.
You are just the madhyam.
Just a madhyam. So
Fantastic. Fantastic, Rohit. I think those who are listening, two things I would like to say. Just do this, bring these few changes in your life, in your mind, the thoughtfulness more and more. Close your eyes and just absorb these words, and you will realize, you will open your eyes with the different smile automatically, because you are full with the happiness, with the positive thoughts. Because these things I will say, you need to listen बार बार. And हर संडे सुबह 9 बजे रोहित आता है शून्यम के माध्यम से. So make your entire week with it, and you will forget past, you will stop thinking about the future, and you will live. And you know what? Happiness comes. Rohit, simple तुम्हें complicated surgery की है. After finishing the surgery, you feel tremendously happy that you have done something for someone who needed this. You have made her body disease-free. This is such a beautiful thought, that you can be of help to someone.
Yeah.
Now, what I feel is, we should start thinking and thanking God for utilizing me.
Yes.
You.
Yes. Yes. So सब में वो नहीं है, सब वो ही है.
Yes. सब में वो नहीं है, सब वो ही है. यही वर्ड्स है ना, जस्ट थिंक करो एंड समझ में आएगा. एंड before I end, I want to tell everyone, maybe I'll put it on Fogsi website, I'll put it on the channel also. Madhyam, Arogya Yog Yatra, we have launched a beautiful song which has been, you know, the lyrics, everything is by Rohit. When he first sent me, I just heard. When I heard it second time, third time, you feel the meaning so differently. You enter into depth of it. So Madhyam, our song, please listen to it, and I will put it somewhere on a YouTube also. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you for being with me all the time. You are giving the meaning to my presidency. You are making it memorable. I live in today, and this was the most happy moment of 1 hour of mine. And I think many of us will start changing our mindset with that.
Correct. I would want to end today's conversation with the last stanza of Madhyam, because that is something which I really believe in. We should keep on resonating in our head. Apart from this sentence that सब में वो नहीं है, सब वही है, इसका thought यहीं से आता है. चित्त में विवेक जन्मा, जाना शाश्वत का होना. जब चित्त में विवेक जन्मता है ना, तो भी आप जानते हो कि सब कुछ वही है, शाश्वत का होना. तो शून्य हो गए हम, यानी मेरा अहंकार शून्य हो गया, तो शून्य हो गए हम. और जब मैं शून्य होता हूं तो पूर्ण हो गए हम, क्योंकि मैं भी वही बन जाता हूं. तो शून्य हो गए हम, यूं पूर्ण हो गए हम. तन मन से हम, तब हम तन मन से ईश्वर के साथ हैं. हाथ ये हमारे नहीं, ईश्वर के हाथ हैं. तो दिस इज समथिंग विच वी हैव टू बिलीव फ्रॉम विद इन, दैट चित्त में विवेक जन्मा, जाना शाश्वत का होना. तो शून्य हो गए हम, यूं पूर्ण हो गए हम. तन मन से हम ईश्वर के साथ हैं. हाथ ये हमारे नहीं, ईश्वर के हाथ हैं.
Thank you. Thank you for beautiful these words for my Arogya Yog Yatra. You have bought it, and beautifully Abhishek, Shan, we should thank every one of it. And Rohit, thank you so much.